Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Honestly, this game has probably got to be the most fun I've had in a video game in a very, very long time. Which is crazy to think. It's an early access game, and anytime I'm not playing this game, I'm thinking about playing this game. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this series, because I've certainly been enjoying playing it as we go through these clouds. This is how far I have to zoom out now, just so we can encapsulate our entire growing nation. We've gone across the river, and we've grown across the river, though most of it is still just in the planning phases. Today, I'm hoping to finally start executing on some of those massive construction projects off in the distance. Folks, as always, I just want to mention real quick that if you've been enjoying this series and you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps me make decisions for the channel, like what to do more or less of. So if you leave those likes and comments down below, I'll know that I should definitely keep Workers and Resources going at the pace that we have been going. Apart from that, I do like reading through the comments as well. It's often got A, just a great sense of humor, but also B, some great suggestions, or C, your thoughts and opinions and feedback, which is very helpful for me as well to make sure that you guys are still having a good time watching the show, as it were. Now, with all that said, and no more time to waste on an introduction, let's go ahead and get things started, shall we? There is a lot to get done today. I'm super excited for the progress we've been making, but we have to hurry it along, and there are some adjustments and corrections I have to make, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and start by, I think we're just going to hit play, because in all honesty, our home, don't mind the little electricity symbols. Those, when you reload a save game, they pop up. Our home, like, city, I suppose, our capital, is what it would be, is pretty self-sustaining now. People travel. I mean, there are some issues, as many of you have pointed out. Our unemployment is pretty high. We could probably use some more trains. We could probably have a more efficient transit system over to Farminsky and stuff. There's still a lot to do. It's definitely not done or, working at 100% efficiency. However, it's self-sustaining right now. People get to where they need to go for the most part. Production that needs to happen happens for the most part. And people get... exports take place, we make money, things are working out okay. So I think I can actually start looking elsewhere rather what I mean, I think I can hit play and just focus here and not worry too much, apart from the occasional check-in on trains and stuff. Now, some of you have been mentioning that I should maybe get a the TV station or radio station and start getting that propaganda going and whatnot. I do not disagree at all. I was actually thinking of doing that before we crossed the river. And I'm wondering where we want to place those buildings. I might place them down over here. Maybe if I can get the roads to come down over here, this would be a nice spot. They are massive buildings, just so I can show you what they look like. They are very big buildings. Where are they now? Are they residential buildings? No. Equipment for citizens. So a radio station is that big, and a TV station is that big. Like, they are big stations. And there's also, I believe there's also the, the party headquarters, which I can't find right now. But nonetheless, not a bad idea, I don't think, to get those things going. I mean, this will provide some employment and stuff as well. Might be a good idea to do it soon, but not in a rush right now. We'll invest that after I think this is done, because a problem we're facing currently is that we're not getting enough people all the way up over here. So I'd like to get this construction project done first. It's a massive undertaking, and then we'll take a look at some of those radio and TV things. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit play. We're at 3.4 million. Money's looking pretty good. This month is pretty good. Last month was not so good, but this year as a whole, we've made some money, so that's good as we come close to the end of 1977, folks. We're about to hit 1978, and we've been making money. We've been making money. Feels pretty good. All right. So yeah, the city will be fine. I think one thing I would like to do is purchase a couple more construction, like rail construction vehicles, because some of you have pointed out, rightfully so, that we could use more. We could use more. I believe it's the KZH that's the best still. Yeah. Go ahead and get a pair of you, just so that we can get this stuff building as quickly as possible. I think it's a worthwhile investment. I had taken this down to 3.1 right away, but I think it's a worthwhile investment. And many of you have also suggested that I should really get another rail construction office sooner rather than later. I'm definitely more inclined to do that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plan our little village over here. Going to start getting some of this stuff built, and then as that's happening, we'll get another rail construction office, maybe down over here. make this a bit of a construction area, temporarily at least, and that'll help provide rail construction down over here, or I can build a rail construction office over here, and we can just import all the materials, because right now, over here, we are importing prefab panels. We have a minimum import for bricks and boards and stuff, but we don't ever, I don't think, really end up importing any of that. So that's something to think about for sure. That's definitely something to think about, and many of you have also been pointing out that there's so many trees that I should be cutting down to harvest. I'm not worried about a lack of trees, so don't worry about that. What we'll do is we'll try and center our housing over here for now, though, and maybe get some woodcutters' lodges over here and whatnot. Because yeah, why waste the trees? I don't disagree. Okay, so first things first, there's a bit of an issue over here, folks, that we have to fix, which is unfortunate. But just by pure chance, I came across a post, and I hope it's not an old post and I've misunderstood, but I came across a post that implies that storage cannot transport goods into other storage. So if I take a look at our infrastructure over here, I was going to make this connection so that we could go from this barn into this barn, and then pull from this barn into the brewery and the food factory. Unfortunately, that's not how barns and warehouses work. I forget the exact explanation, but basically there are two kinds of buildings, active and passive or something like that. And warehouses and stuff aren't active, which means they don't actually push goods. Warehouses, I forget what it was, but something about the relationship is like, warehouses don't push goods to other warehouses, which is unfortunate because I would have loved to have that. I mean, over here, right, we got the warehouse pulling goods and then distributing it to other places that will pull from it. I'm not sure. Oh, right, I think what it was warehouses are inactive buildings. What's actually happening is the plastics factory and the chemical plant over here are pushing, and these two buildings are pulling. So when you go warehouse to warehouse, there's no push or pull, so nothing really shifts. I think that's what it was. So what that means, the summary of that is that this setup of ours isn't really going to work. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the barn there. And what we're going to do is, let's take a look at our infrastructure options over here. There's a couple ways to play this, right? Too long. Okay. There's a couple ways to play this. So if the farm is putting into the barn, say I wanted to have two farms get to one barn, but what I can do is the microbrewery, I wonder how much it actually takes. Let me see over here, because that's what's going to make a big decision for me over here. If I take a look at the microbrewery, it requires 5 tons of crops to produce a ton of alcohol. Okay, and the food factory requires 12 tons of crops. Okay, so that makes for an easier decision, because this is the food factory, right? Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and from the hold on, this is the barn. So from this farm, we want to go ahead and get a factory connection over to a barn over here that'll distribute to these two. So we're going to go ahead and demolish the farm and the road over here. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of restructuring, unfortunately. When I came across that, I was just like, well, I'm glad I came across it now, because it would have been really unfortunate to have come across it after all this was up and running, because at that point it'd just be like, but I've got it all working. Except, you know, not. Let's see if we can't tuck you in here nicely, buddy. Come on. Come on. There we go. So I can do something like that. No, that's not going to work. I'll have to destroy more of this road over here, I think. Not the end of the world. Again, I'm not too upset about this change. I'm just glad to have caught it now. Better to catch it sooner rather than later, right? We do something like this, I suppose. Flatten the train a little bit. Sure, pop you down. And hopefully that's good enough for a factory connection over here to look nice. Oh, come on. I hate when it does that. Like, I do want it to look pretty, you know? I want it to look nice. I want it to look nice. We've spent so much time and effort in making things look nice so far. Don't want to just throw it all away now. What if I do something like this? That should give us more room to play. Also gives the road some room as well, I think. We do that. Let's try it. I think that's all I'm going to try. Oh, wow, that's even worse. I want to put you, like, somewhere over here. Okay. Over here. try and imprint that into my mind. Very hard to do when the building's gone. Come on, get rid of you. Pop you down like over here, was it? Seems about right. Sure, let's do it. That's the last one I'm going to do, as long as the connection works. Yeah. Hey, you know what? That actually, I think, was pretty close. Okay, so, again, a little unfortunate that this other side is wasted. I could have another barn there, but that's not really worth anything. Let's go ahead and make sure the road connection can work still. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I like having... Well, no, we can do this. Make it a T-junction. Fair enough. And then over here, we're going to get another barn. Because what we want to do is we want to get a factory connection from a barn over here into over here. We're going to rotate this farm as well. I like where it is located, but we have to rotate it a bit. I gotta do something like this. Or perhaps like this. Work nicer with access points, I think. Do something like that. Is really not flat enough, is it? I can flatten it. So some of you have been pointing out that, hey, maybe you should flatten more of your terrain before you build on top of it. Yeah, I know, I know. I know. But sometimes it's hard to tell exactly how large my construction projects are going to take me when the infrastructure is, occasionally feels like it has a mind of its own, I guess is the best way to put it. Let's see if we can't level this terrain over here a bit more. Plus, also, sometimes it's nice to have, like, the undulating terrain influence your construction. Sure. I mean, I guess I don't really have much of a choice here. I think I'd rather it be something like this. Again, a waste of one of the conveyor, like, not the conveyor, but the factory output systems. There's not really much I can do. Would you like so? Sure. Do that. I don't know how nicely that's going to actually fit. Well enough. Cool. I like that. Let's go ahead and get our mud road. Oh, come on. What other infrastructure? God damn. This is the kind of stuff that kills me about this game sometimes. Okay. That is also why I didn't really want to go ahead and level this. Or raise this a bit, I should say. And here goes the sun. Let's see if we can't get this thing down first. Just would like to complete this before we move on. Maybe we just squeeze these a little bit closer together. Wow. There's a plateau for you. Road's gotta fit now, right? Okay, we can do this. And that. Cool. We'll keep this road there just so if we want to connect to over here, we probably can. We'll need a couple of steps. Might need to smooth the terrain a little bit, but we can ultimately get there, no problem. And then I want to get the factory connection. Let's make sure the factory connection happens cleanly enough. Yep, good stuff. So, we've got 2 farms pushing into the small food factory. One of them using a barn to distribute it. Right, that's how we get crops to the food factory and to the microbrewery. And that'll be fine. And then from the food factory, we're going into this warehouse. And from the brewery, we're going to the warehouse as well. So that'll hopefully be enough farming for now. Like, this is a good... Wow, I'm just, like, barely tell anything in this darkness. I think this is a good setup for a little bit of farming. On this side, what I might eventually do is build another, like, massive farm unit, you know, over here or something. Like, off on this other coast on the other side of the tracks. Because otherwise, I could build farms for days and lose track of how many I actually need. The other thing I could do is I could obviously expand in the other direction and get more farms happening over here. Though it'll be harder to get actually, no, I guess I could get a rail connection coming across this way. I want to go over that real quick again when the sun's actually up. For now, let's go ahead back over here and take a look and make sure our trains are still moving. Looks like we are not having any issues. People are arriving over here in droves. Good, good, good. Missing steel. That's because the train is picking some up. Yep. Making decent money. We went from 3.1 to 3.2 in all this time, so that's good. Are we getting more workers here? 41 workers out of 160. We need to get more workers coming there faster, sooner. And what's the deal in terms of our meat? Why is it missing again? Let's see. Back over here, are people working at the... No, no workers. That's the issue, is workers not coming through to the livestock farm. Because it's got crops. It's got crops. That's certainly not the problem. I'm wondering if it's time to build that train that goes from Train Rexki over to Farminski, just even if it is to bring 20 or so people over. Might not be a terrible idea, honestly. Just to keep a consistent flow. Anyway, sun's up, back to work down over here, because again, it's self-sustaining, no urgency, it can wait, not the end of the world. So yeah, I could build farms over here, and extend the tracks across this way and pick up goods from there as well. Or I could build farms over here, make this into a T-junction, pick up goods from like this area. So there's room for expansion, but I think that's enough work on the farms for now. What I could do is build some of those smaller houses that we were talking about. Well, this is a bigger food factory. I could build some of those houses we were talking about. Oh, you know, the other thing I wanted to do was livestock. Right. That's the other use of crops. Get more meat coming through, not just bread and alcohol. And to be fair, we have, I think, enough alcohol coming through. I don't think alcohol's ever really been a problem. Wow. Why do we have so much alcohol here? I'm guessing people aren't drinking quickly enough. I'm guessing people just aren't drinking quickly enough. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Yeah, you're topped up. Is it time to start exporting alcohol? Let me just see something here. Overall, you know, people are actually extremely happy in this area compared to what they were just a handful of sessions ago. Just the meat situation is a bit of a problem, but we know what that stems from. Anyway, sorry. I keep getting distracted. Yeah, so that actually makes me wonder, well, this alcohol will serve our town over here, so that's fine. Meat. I mean, a livestock farm. Unfortunately, I haven't seen like a small mod of a livestock farm, so it is a pretty big, hulking thing. We could bring livestock down over here for processing. Or we could have our own thing here. You know what? We'll deal with that later. If anything, I'll see how much crop we're getting from some of these buildings, and we might get a livestock farm over here and process that over here, because I think we are going to be extending our tracks this way anyway. I think that's an inevitability. It's just a matter of what we put over there. Okay, so that's done. What we need now are... Okay, sorry, there's so much going on. I need to get some housing down so we can get people here. Those people will be brought here... look, we're going to pay for those people, because... no one's going to be able to move from Vecherinkagrad to here. I want to get those people. I want to get the aggregate unloading, but I want to get the open storage and the aggregate storage. I got to just pay for these. Yeah, it's going to be expensive. About 60, 70k. But it's worth it because then we can import raw materials with which we can start building everything. Which is necessary, obviously. I'm just so hesitant to pull the trigger for some reason, and I don't know why. I literally don't have any other option. Unless I want to wait decades, which I don't want to do. So, let's go ahead and let's pay for this. So the open storage, medium, I'm going to fund you, 25k. We've got the money. It's time to spend some of this money. Not everything can be built from the ground up, especially when you're founding a new city. Like, we have to invest some of this money and start importing some of these goods. Building is without power supply. Yeah. Yeah, painfully aware of that. Now, I wonder if one thing I should do over here is not get a road cargo station. And, like, plant it down over here or something. Make it easier to load up some of these goods. Because otherwise, it's 2 vehicles can come over here to load up. And that isn't super fast. This is fast for trains, but not fast for trucks and stuff. So let's go ahead and let's get road cargo station going. Glad I made this all mud roads. Let's go ahead and cancel you. Or dirt roads or whatever it's called. Road cargo station, we can pop down over here. Kind of a sharp connection over here. Let's see what we can do. Not auto building, good. I don't want to build right away. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. some other infrastructure. It's got to be the roads, right? Too sharp of a turn. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Not a problem. There's a lot I can do with the roads here. There's a lot I can do with the roads here, so I'm not too fussed about this situation. It's pretty ugly, but it might be all I can do here. Might be all I can do here. Road cargo station. Sorry, if I can get it from here as well. The more things in one menu, the better. I'm sure it's not going to allow a right angle turn, unfortunately. I can do something like this, maybe. Do something like that. Let's see. Connect you, too sharp of a turn. Okay, fair enough. I do wish it would auto-connect to show you what kind of an angle you're getting. What's something like that? Ah, hideous. Trying to figure out where I need to actually put this down. Let's see. Go ahead and get rid of you. Won't have that as a reference. Like, I wonder if a connection can go this far. Because I wouldn't mind that. The length of the connection doesn't really make a difference. Go ahead and flatten you a little bit. There we go. Do that. Why would you jank like that? Oh my god, this game. I swear sometimes it just drives me absolutely up a wall. If I do something like this. There we go. Now it works. I'll take it. I'll take it. There we go. You're good. Over here, things got a little funky. Over here as well, it would have been nice to have... well, actually, can we? No conveyor belt system for this, unfortunately. They should have a conveyor, like, in. I guess I could get small aggregate. Storage would have in and out. But I need a factory out. This I need a truck aggregate, right. Again, something we can plant over here. Have trucks come over here to load up. I don't think I'd mind that. Do something like this. So this is truck aggregate unloading. No, I want truck aggregate loading. So I want, I just gotta figure, I gotta make sure I get this right here. Let's put you over here. So, aggregate gets stored over here. And we can do... I hope we can store multiple in one area. I don't know about that. Let's see. Where to purchase using rubles? No, you cannot mix aggregates. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Good to know. Glad I checked. Okay. Now I regret having spent that money. Anyway, we're fine. So you're going to store gravel. Is that all we need from the aggregate storage is gravel? Iron, ore, coal, doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's just going to be gravel. So gravel, steel, prefab panels, brick, wood, board. We have all of that. What are we missing? Electronic components and mechanical components. Okay, mechanical components and electronic components we want to be shipping down. We can store it in a warehouse. We don't have a warehouse here, right? Yeah, we do not have a warehouse here. Okay. Okay. Aggregate unloading is going to unload gravel onto here. How do I get, man, there's so much storage stuff. Let's go to construction. Storage and warehouse, so a warehouse. Could put a warehouse over here or something. It's going to be an interesting situation. Trying to figure out the best way to connect everything. Because if the warehouse is where we store our mechanical components and our electronics, and eventually clothes and stuff. Yeah, it definitely needs to be down over here. Okay, cool. So I'm glad I'm like taking some time with this, and I hope you all don't mind, because hopefully this will lead to a far more efficient future for this glorious nation. So let's go ahead and do like this. Okay. So the track should be able to connect. Go ahead and make sure of that. Track is able to connect. Yeah, we just have to flatten the train a little bit. Flatten the terrain a little bit. Ho 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 ho. Oof. Go ahead and do that. Okay. That's not going to be an issue. And then track can go out from over here. Fine. When it comes to the road, I think what I need to do is I think I need to get a bridge going. I think I need to get a bridge going because we're going to get some factory connections over here that the game is not going to obviously allow roads to come through. Too long. Okay. So what I need to do with this thing, with this truck road cargo loading station thing, is I got to find a spot for it where I can load from both of these buildings. That's going to prove to be a bit of a challenge, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and demolish the road over here. Too sharp of a turn. Okay, let's go ahead and try something like that, maybe. There we go, and... oh, it's so messy. We're so close. I might just accept that. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. God damn. Okay. One last attempt here. One last attempt. Now it's too long. Great. And I'll never find it again. And I'll never find that spot again. Over here, maybe? Oh no, folks. What have I done? What have I done? Why did I do this? There we go. Too long, too sharp of a turn. Okay, okay. Real close with this. Try that. I should have just accepted it. Okay, you know what? Whatever works now. Whatever works now, I'll take it. Please, just work. Just work. I don't want the rest of this episode to just be me fiddling with this silly system. How about that? Too long. It's like literally millimeters of distance that I need to adjust to find the perfect spot. God damn. Why did I do this? This is what I get for being so obsessed with quote-unquote perfection. Try that. There. Done. I'll take it. Done. I'm not... no, I'm done. That's it. Those are the connections we're getting. Okay. Now, herein lies the problem. So here... we're fine. Because over here, we can go ahead and connect like so. We're okay. Here is where the problem begins. So if I were to build a prefab bridge, or even a concrete bridge, right? Or to go up. Yeah, it's not going to really just let me go up to infrastructure below. Okay. What about from over here? Some other infrastructure's in the way. Angle of connection is too sharp. Yeah, I don't think the bridge is going to work from over there. Let's see something a little different here. We're to cancel you. If this road were to continue onwards. Trying to figure out exactly where we can kind of cut through. We'll probably have to do something like this. Like that for you. And loop you back in this way. Fair enough. If I were to build a bridge, I could build the bridge back over here. Angle of connection is too sharp because of that. Okay, not a problem. We can do something like that. And then cancel this section. It's not the perfect connection over there. There we go. That's still not really perfect, but... Sure, I'll accept that. Over here, let's go ahead. What's the problem? Too much of an angle? Come on, game. It won't let me lift at all. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Piecemeal construction over here. This is a concrete bridge, right? Okay, there we go. There's one step. And here's another step. Is that high enough? Crossing not allowed. There we go. Okay. I do that. You go up and around. Over here. This is where the road connection is for these. So that's not really going to work. I might need to go the other way. I need to go this way. Do something like... This is obviously not going to work. That's obviously not going to work. Okay. Come on, game. At this height, it just won't let me cross. Fair enough. So we have to go a little bit higher. Gotta be a slow... Oh. No, it's all the way down over here. I mean, at this point, I wonder if it's actually worth... approaching it completely differently. Infrastructure below. God, come on. Infrastructure below. Come on now. Don't be like that, game. Angle is too sharp. Infrastructure in the way. Yeah, it's just not gonna fly that way. I can do this. I can do... Angle of connection is too sharp. Building is in the way. Do a slower turn. That's not gonna work here. So then I can do a slower turn over here, perhaps. Try and nail this over here. Where are we? Thought I saw a good spot. Oh, come on. Okay, so I should be able to do that. I wonder if the road will allow me to go through now. Nope. Okay. Cancel you. Let's go and get the road connection first. Other infrastructure's in the way. Here we go. Road struggles. It's certainly giving me road rage. Hey. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, it won't turn quickly enough. Angled bridges, I guess, just didn't exist in this time period. Alright, fair enough. No bridge. The bridge trick isn't going to work as much as I'd like to pull it off. I mean, I could try doing it from further back. At this point, you see, it just seems to make more sense to me to do... Like, to cancel that, get this connection over here. And then it's too bad you can't cross the factory crossings. And then from here, you kind of go this way. Don't want to loop down that far. But you go over and around. Let's say up to like here-ish. That's not so neat. Over. I should really do this from the top view more often. You go down this way, and then you loop down a little bit further. You go over this way. Keep going this way. Now here, you could have this road go up this way. Connect like so, and like so. Have you connect that way. And then have this go up this way. connection over here, and a connection over here. I just feel like that just makes so much more sense. Like, as much as a bridge would help shorten the travel time, it's just not working. It's just not working with how tightly packed some of the stuff is, and we've already built some stuff. This is why I end up being so hesitant about putting stuff down. Alright, now hold on. I'm not going to do this weird crisscross stuff. I want a regular connection. There, fine. If you want top to top, you can have top to top. And in fact, you know what? Have both. Well, let's not waste money. What am I doing here? Alright, so now, we've got a warehouse from where we can load mechanical components and stuff and electronics and whatnot onto this road cargo station, which will also be taking brick, prefab panel, steel, wood, boards. Trucks will come here. They will pick up all of those resources. They will loop around and go that way. That loop is a little unfortunate, so can we fit? I wonder if, nah. This building is, oh, this is a big building, right? There's obviously going to be the conveyor belt over here, so we might not be able to cut through it. Yeah, no. Oh well, the thought was there. The thought was there. I was just wondering if, like, this could go out this way, but don't think there's enough room to fit. Yeah. Sides are too steep. Lies. Just lazy workers being lazy. Not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Because you go from here, you pop out, you loop around. I'm wondering, like, we could do a road connection over here. We could do a connection over here as well. Like, we can pull this all the way up to there. If we really don't want people looping around, that is an option. In fact, maybe I will execute on that option. Go ahead and level the train a little bit over here. Go ahead and lower you a little bit. Go ahead and lower you a little bit. Oh my god. Try to solve a problem, you just make it worse. Too steep of an incline. Yeah, I'm painfully aware of that. Well, I'm trying to lower this. Why is it raising the train by the tracks? Come on now. Come on now, we can make this work. Too steep of an incline still. Where? Okay, so we're fine up to here. I wonder where it'll allow me to cross. Too steep of a descent. Here, I take it. Might need to cancel the tracks, actually. Yeah, let's just cancel the tracks. It's not the end of the world. Like that. See if that kind of flattens it in the right direction. The answer is no. Okay. I'm not too fussed about rebuilding the track. I know it'll fit here. That's what really matters. That. Go ahead and cancel this a bit more, I guess. You need to, like, really pull it back for it to straighten up on the other side. Almost there. Almost there. Go ahead like so. Too steep of a descent. We'll do that. And I can straighten it a bit more. There we go. Okay, right up to about here. Excellent. Pull you close. There we go. Now, is that good enough for the road, though? Yes. Done. Done, and then we can go ahead and loop around. Building's on fire. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and loop over. And over. Past the thing over here. There we go. Cool. There you go. There you go. So if we are worried about the loop over here, at least we have this exit, like this relief line, so to speak. Wow, okay. So, what else do we need to auto-build over here? We need to auto-build the aggregate loading. Look at that, we're already at 3.4 almost. So let's go ahead and rebuild the aggregate loading, with which we also have to build the conveyor belt. Let's go ahead and commission the construction of the conveyor belt. Go ahead and do that. There we go. Done. Let me just do a quick check to make sure trains aren't stuck up over here. Looks like we're moving smoothly. There's workers here. There's workers here. It's the best way to tell is like, have workers arrived? There's no workers here. This needs to be solved. 40 people waiting. You know what? Let's go ahead and get... I mean, I'm almost tempted to get a tram. It's not a good idea to mix trams and trains, though. I mean, like, you can picture the news articles now. It's like tram gets run over by drunk conductor. Okay, let's see. Where is the train that's supposed to drop people off over here? This needs to be solved. Because it's one thing if it happens once. It's another thing if it happens twice. But literally every time I've looked over, we've had a problem here. So you're headed to Train Retsky right now, right? Have you been stuck here forever? That would explain the problem. Nope, you haven't been stuck here forever. So you are able to move, which is exactly what you're doing now. I might need to get that train I was talking about. The one that'll just ship from Train Retsky to Farminsky. Because this is becoming a problem. A consistent one. We're able to get here smoothly enough. Went from 40 to 30-ish workers. They'll hopefully all get on over here. Yeah. When I'm looking, it'll work. And so now we'll go over and drop these guys off. This shouldn't be a problem. Bit of a slow start. But this shouldn't be a problem. Look at that hill. That's like a little roller coaster hill over there. Alright. Speeding up. Alright, 120. You're going to make your top speed. Yeah, this is the stretch where you'll do it. Okay, fair enough. Just my luck, I guess. I don't know. I need to figure that out. Anyway, this is done. Construction stuff is done. We're going to go ahead and build our warehouse. 27k. And we're going to build our road cargo station. 13k. And then we also have to make sure we commission the construction of all of these. This network's all good, because the moment I click like the commission button, it'll all disappear, so to speak. Just want to make sure it's all done properly before I click it. From farm to food factory, from farm to barn, from barn to microbrewery to food factory, from microbrewery and food factory over to the warehouse, and from the warehouse over to the road cargo station. All right, cool. Looks like we're good, so let's go ahead and commission these. We're obviously going to be paying for this one and for this one. 5k a piece, roughly. It's not the end of the world. Done. All right. So now we can hopefully start actually building stuff as soon as we get people and the construction offices get some more stuff. Gravel, you're going to get from here. Asphalt. I need to get a plant for that. Okay. Concrete. Need to get a plant for that. Steel, brick, prefab, board, mechanical components, and electronic components. Now, concrete. Where do you get concrete stored? Or I guess concrete has to be made right at the plant. So I'll need to build some of those plants. Again, some resources we can import. I'll need a concrete plant and an asphalt factory, right? Got you over here. You use gravel, okay. And you use gravel and cement. And you're going to be storing gravel. I'm just going to mark that so I have it as a reminder for me. So we're going to need a asphalt plant, which we can perhaps put like somewhere over here. Might need to restructure this area a little bit. If I can get that connection, that'll be good. I don't know if I can. We'll find out. Let me demolish you a little bit. There we go. Asphalt. I keep saying asphalt. I don't know why. I do that. right? And then we get our conveyor belt. Please work. There we go. Beautiful. Gravel's going to come down here. Go ahead and commission you as well. We'll pay for it later. Want to make sure it all works first. Do something like that. Okay, good stuff. And then over here on this side, we can get our cement plant, which is in the construction-related industry. Cement. No, sorry, concrete. Cement will get made, like cement we can make on like this side or something, or even on this side. This can end up being a bridge, actually, eventually. Because then we can have factory connections going underneath it. But for now, we just need the concrete plant. Concrete plant accepts gravel and cement. Go ahead and plot this out here, shall we? Go ahead and plot this out. So if I flatten the train over here and put you down over here, let's say, and I've got my concrete plant somewhere over here. I need to make sure I can get the conveyor connection going, obviously. See how that looks. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of you. And let's flatten this train to match this. Flatten it all down. And hopefully, I mean, we might need to restructure our conveyor belt system over there a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So, where are we? Cement silo over here, let's say. And then the concrete plant. Kind of a messy situation, isn't this? Get rid of you. Concrete plant. I would like to put the concrete plant like this, but I obviously can't. See. Put you down like so. I'm so glad I'm using like dirt roads and stuff. I should be able to pop this down over here. And let's see if that connection works for me. From here to here. No. Overlaps with existing construction. What I could do is I could get the mod high connection thing going, if I can find it again. I just wish this was better organized, the mods. Because I can't remember off the top of my head where everything is. There we go. High in, high out. If I put you over, say, here, right? Gets a bit more expensive, but it might be worth it. Well, it will be worth it if it works. Might be worth it. It will be worth it if it works. With the conveyor belt from here to here, and then from here, whoops, from, oh, god damn it, I keep forgetting this is one of those silly, goofy things where you have to, like, build another one, and then distract this one, and then I gotta distract this one somehow as well. Game. Rather mod. This is a mod problem. This is not a game problem. I just drop you over there. Will you connect? Please connect. Building in the way. This is a big issue with this mod, actually. It's too bad because it's a very, very good mod. But, this is painful. Having to do this every time. And then it not working. God damn, come on. Alright. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go back into that mod, and we're gonna rotate the placement. Gotta place you like this instead. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. We do that, and then we do that. There we go. See, everything's fine. Everyone's happy. Nothing to be upset about. Going into my Zen mode now. Alright, so we've got the concrete plant receiving gravel, but it also needs cement. And cement comes from the construction-related cement storage, cement silo, which we can put over here. Almost. Ability to infrastructure. Okay, so if I were to cancel this road, don't want to demolish. I want to cancel this road, right? I should be able to build this over here. Need flat terrain. Okay, keep flattening it. Keep pushing up and flattening. Keep pushing up and flattening. There we go. I think that's about as close as I can get. Yeah. That's about as close as I can get. Do something like that. Cool. Just like pushing my luck until I get all the way into that other building. Because I like how the road was looking. Or eating into the room of the other building now. Alright, let's try this. So if I do that, right? I don't know if that'll actually work. I don't know if the game will let that connection work. Oh, you're kidding me. Beautiful. Alright, and then we get the road. As if nothing changed. Building in the way. What building now? Beautiful. It is as if nothing changed. I just needed the room. But can we connect you? Nah, we can't connect you. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Here's what we're going to do about that. Here's what we're going to do about that. We're going to go ahead and pull you out. And we're going to do... Oh, come on. Alright. I was going to do like a little like roundabout or something, but I guess that's not going to be a viable option. Not the end of the world. Just a little adjustment. Little adjustment. We can pull something out over here to make something of it. Looks like a little like nipple poking out right now. Anyway, sorry. So now we've got our conveyor belts that need to be commissioned, because from here we're going to be sending gravel eventually. I mean, for now what I can do is I can just kind of build this. Make sure we can get a road connection over here. There we go, nice and flat. All right. And pick up concrete from the concrete plant. So let's go ahead and fund this construction. 64k, wow. Expensive building. I better have placed it in the right spot. Otherwise, I'm going to regret this decision. But yeah, so it's going to be getting gravel. Eventually, when we import gravel, I don't think I'll be importing gravel just quite yet, because we don't want to put workers here just quite yet. This factory connection's okay. Cement silo, we don't need yet. We're not actually producing our own cement just yet. This was just for planning purposes. But then the cement silo requires input from a cement factory, right? If we look back for reference over here, the cement plant, not cement factory. And that is a very big building, which is not located in the construction-related industry for some reason, but instead under various. No, not under various. We'll get there. Gravel. Cement plant, yes. And this will eventually, maybe, end up somewhere over here. Maybe. Probably not. We'll probably just use trucks to ship the cement into the silo. Or it'll just require a lot of terrain flattening. Maybe not a lot. Maybe just a little bit of terrain flattening. Just like that center over there. Or if I were to connect like so... Yeah, you know what? It might need a little bit of terrain flattening. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And in hindsight, I'm wondering if this should be a bridge. If this should be a bridge. If we should make it a bridge to nip that situation in the bud. And I think the answer is yes. If we're to cancel all of you. And all of you. Get a nice concrete bridge going over here. Build. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out. I wish bridges were more convenient to build. Build infrastructure in the way. It's just they kind of have like a mind of their own, it feels like. Okay, so let's go ahead and raise you a little bit. With the shortest distance we can go. Raise you a bit more with the shortest distance we can go. And at this height, can we cross? No, we have to cross over like this. Okay. I know it's bendy, but honestly, if it'll do the trick, it'll do the trick. Push over this way. Push you down a little bit. And shortest distance we can go. And shortest distance we can go is there. Angle of connection is too sharp. It is a wonky bridge. But if it does the trick, it does the trick. it is avoiding some of the construction and whatnot, so, you know, it's fine. There we go, so something like that. Wait, no, that's not a connection. That is definitely not a connection. Okay, so we gotta go like so. Cancel you. And then from here, we should be able to drop you. No. Why? Why, game? Why? There. So you kind of go this way, you get on the bridge, you loop around a bit. Okay, cool. That'll hopefully make life a little bit easier down the line. Depending on the placement of those pillars. Because that's the other thing, there's so many parts, and it's not like I can go back and then remove the pillar afterwards. I have to plan for this now. Like if I was going to put down... Oh, where are you? I was going to put down the cement plant over here eventually. I need to make sure right now that our factory connection is able to go below it. And it can't. I'm glad I checked. Because then this would have all been for naught. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Keep you up. Right, and then we get our factory connection again. Just a test. You seriously can't get underneath here? I was worried I just destroyed my building there. I just need... Okay, I need a temporary building that I can put down over here. For reference. Go ahead and flatten you. Go ahead and do that. Put you down over here. And then let's go ahead and get the bridge done. There. Gotta do something like that. It's big, but it's necessary, I guess. Do that. Let's go ahead and cancel these roads over here. Bridge continues to drop. Say down to there. A little bit further back. So for those of you that wanted to see more bridges, here you are. Here's a bridge for you. Okay, let's go ahead and get this road connection then going this way. Okay, bridge connection, factory connection. Hopefully people will actually use it. It's a road connection. Obviously this building's not going to be here. But now at least we know, like, our factory connection here should have a decent bit of wiggle room. Yeah, it's got a bit of wiggle room. So worth doing it, and hopefully, I mean, we'll just have to flatten a bunch of terrain over here. A bunch of terrain over here. It'll be kind of expensive / time consuming, but it'll be worth it. Alright, so now our roads, let's see, this is our cement plant. Go ahead and do this. Maybe get a parallel road, but we can't get a parallel road. Because if a factory connection is going down that way, it basically blocks this access off. Can't go that way, we have to go this way. Too steep? It's not too steep. You're just being lazy. There we go. Cool. I think that makes sense. I think. God. Does it make sense, folks? Does it really make sense? Flatten some of the terrain over here. I'm just trying to figure out other points of connection that I might be able to make. No, I'm not gonna muck around with this. So, alright. I'm a trucker, I come through, I pick up a bunch of resources over here, and I go across the bridge to drop it off where it's needed to build. Cool. I'm a trucker, I come over to the concrete plant to pick up concrete, and never have to use the bridge. I'm a worker, I take the train over to, I might take a bus over to here. Don't have to deal with the roads. I just got footpaths and stuff. Okay, I just got to make sure that eventually I'm gonna have to dig a huge hole into this mountain to make our concrete and whatnot. cement plant, whatever it was. Oh my god. Okay, well, at least we've started building some of this stuff over here. We've got the initial infrastructure here. The asphalt plant needs to be built. Okay, and then this is our concrete plant. Might as well go ahead and invest in this stuff right now. Just do it so it looks a bit more complete. There. So yeah, we've got all the stuff we need to begin construction. Now over here, well, not over here, but over here, we'll have to import stuff. I do need to bring power down. Let's go ahead and bring power down. I've got, let's see, you split over here. Do you split into... We do not have another access point, so I need another switch down over here. Probably right down over here is my guess, is the best spot for it. Go down that way. I mean, or I could do... Sure, let's do this. Let's go ahead and demolish you. Go ahead and put you down like so. So put you down like so. There we go. High voltage goes to here, goes to here. And then it's got to go... Can it go across? Cannot end above water. I know that. Distance between poles too far. Okay, interesting. This is going to be rough. I mean, I wonder if... Okay, we can. I was like, is this too wide? Alright, so what we gotta do is we gotta pull you like so. Cool to see the bridge actually being built. We can keep going up this way, I think. Nope, building in the way. And go along the waterfront. Other options... There's no real other options. This is the only large... power output. We've got, I think, we've got this one over here. I can pull straight down from. Can I go across? Yes, I can. Okay, let's go ahead and demolish you. Over to here. Over to here. Go straight across like so. Hopefully we can continue. Yeah, we can. Excellent. Go over this way. Go over this way. And then over here, we can get a switch. So let me just check over here. So this construction, okay, a little wasteful, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We'll eventually maybe use this for something. I don't know. I can just cancel this as well. Just demolish this. I can... destroy you. We're not losing it. It's just a momentary lapse in export of power. It's not the end of the world. I much prefer, I think, this high voltage one going down over here and then going across. It is very much connected, yes. We can pull you even further. Maybe put our power somewhere over here. I'm going to eventually get a power plant across the river as well for our new city, but for now... we got to draw from over here. Eventually, the draw is going to just be too high. Not a transformer, but a high voltage switch. Okay. So now we pause, because otherwise it's going to stop everything. Demolish you. High voltage switch this way. Need flat terrain. Go ahead and flatten it. There we go. Let's go ahead and connect you. Some other infrastructure's in the way. What other infrastructure, pray tell? What other infrastructure is in the way? Game, don't do this to me. There is no other infrastructure in the way. There is no other infrastructure in the way. God damn it. Okay. Do that. Do that. Do that. I will connect to that. There. A little frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, all done. You loop around this way. I'm gonna wonder if there's not a... No, you know what? You're fine. Okay, let's go ahead and pay for all of this. 120k is not the end of the world. Well, let me just get it all done first. This will continue down this way. Cross this way. Get you Trying to figure out where exactly I want to convert the power into smaller power outlets. Like somewhere centralized makes sense. Like somewhere over here kind of makes sense. So let's go ahead and cancel you, and let's put you down over here, because then we can split in multiple directions. Can't build due to infrastructure, need flat terrain. Here, let's go ahead and do that. I don't think any of these need high voltage power. We do that, and then we go ahead and get, because it's only the steel mill I think that needs high voltage power. Medium voltage, we got an electrical substation down over where? Anywhere here is basically good. Let's go ahead and drop you down over here. Yeah, it looks like a good spot. Everything gets power. Good range. Cool. So we do that. Let's go ahead and get the medium voltage wires coming down from over here. Across the tracks, across the road, across this road. I like when it follows the roads. I like when it makes sense, obviously. Sometimes you gotta do the weird connection thing, the connection dance. And cancel you. Pull you up this way. Can't connect to different types of wires. Why am I doing that? Did I seriously select the wrong type of wire? Go ahead and cancel all the way back up to here. Yeah, good. There we go. Medium voltage wire. I may have selected the wrong type of wire. That's a me problem. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cancel you. Again, I just want it to look neat. At least for starters, you know? At least for starters. There. There you go. That'll bring power down. Let's go ahead and fund all of you. And let's go ahead and fund all of you. We're gonna be not that rich at the end of this. In comes the power. Go ahead and build you as well. And before I forget, gotta go all the way up over here and make sure you get built too. We're staying above 3 mil. We're staying above 3 mil. Is power coming through over here still? Yes. Resources missing. Crops. Really? That's a strange problem. You should not be missing crops. We got plenty of crops. Where's your truck that's supposed to bring you crops? Oh, there it is. I wonder if I should bring... Wait, hold on a second. Nobody bringing... Oh, right, you bring crops from the warehouse, right. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. So just that truck was taking its sweet time. Alright, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. But... What's the deal over here? Building is without power supply. Why? Because this building is without power supply. Why? Because somewhere along the line, something is broken. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, you know, it's probably without power supply because it's not drawing any power right now. These all have power. This is connected. It goes down and over, down and over, down over across the ways. It continues down this way. Yeah, no issues. Continues down this way. Crosses over. Pulls down this way. Connects to... Oh. That's why. Now, we have power. Now we have power. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to call it a session. I mean, I was hoping... And I think I may have mentioned this either at the beginning of this session or the end of the last one. I was hoping to get our town started, but this was important. This was an important step. We had to do a few adjustments here and there. This road needs to get built. Sorry. We had to do some adjusting. We had to do a lot of building to make sure that we had all the resources available over here for the construction of our glorious new town, as well as the city eventually as well. So I think it was an important couple of steps we had to do, a couple of adjustments we had to do. Noticed a couple of mistakes that I'd made that I was able to correct And yeah, now we have all the raw materials we need to start building things. So what we're going to do next session is get the housing down, get the construction offices fully operational, and we can start importing goods so that we can actually start building stuff. And we're still above 3 million. We're still above 3 million. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see it all kind of coming together. Yeah, it really feels kind of rural countryside-ish thus far. The untamed landscape. The untamed landscape. Just wanted to double check to make sure I made a real connection over here. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Untamed landscape. Wild West. Railroads. Are we connected? Yes, we are, folks. Yes, we are. That's what we're going to call it. Hope you had a good time. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. It really helps me make important decisions for the channel, like what kind of content I should keep going. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly, and a big ol' thanks goes out, of course, to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.